Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today into some business ideas that are really evergreen. Not just trendy things that will be here today and gone tomorrow.
Right.
We found 15 of these ideas from our source material, and we really want to kind of dig into why these are always going to be around and what makes them so appealing. And also, hopefully this will spark some ideas for you listeners out there from maybe starting a business.
Oh, absolutely. I think these are all great businesses that can be run from just about anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, just to reiterate, these aren't fads.
Yeah.
These are businesses that are built around like fundamental human needs.
Yes.
So no matter, what the economy is doing, what, craziness is going on in the world, these are businesses that are always going to have some level of demand.
Absolutely. Because, they're all based on those core needs that people will always have. Things like food and shelter and taking care of themselves and their families.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, so let's jump into it. Our first evergreen business idea is food services.
Okay.
This one is like a no-brainer, right? Everyone needs to eat.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't get more basic than that.
Yeah, so food services are pretty much always going to be in demand. But what are some maybe interesting trends that you're seeing within, food services?
Well, one thing that's really interesting is the rise of these ghost kitchens.
Ghost kitchens?
Yeah, have you heard of those?
I've heard the term, but I don't really know what it is.
So it's basically a delivery-only restaurant.
Okay.
So they don't have a storefront for people to come and dine in.
Interesting.
They operate out of shared kitchen spaces.
Ah, I see.
And focus entirely on getting their food out through delivery apps.
That's super smart, especially these days with all the delivery apps that are so popular.
Exactly. It's like a really lean business model.
Yeah.
Lower overhead costs, and you can reach a wider customer base.
That's a really good point because you're not limited to just people who are in your immediate neighborhood.
Right, exactly.
And that's something that's definitely changing the game for entrepreneurs in the food industry.
Yeah, it's really leveling the playing field in a lot of ways.
So what about specializing within the food industry?
Oh, specialization is huge.
Okay.
Focusing on specific diets like vegan or gluten-free or keto.
Right.
Those are all big trends right now, and they're not just trends. I think they're here to stay.
Yeah, they're becoming more lifestyle choices than just
Exactly.
I'm going to do this for a month.
People are much more aware of their dietary needs and preferences now. So if you can cater to those specific niches, you're going to build a really loyal customer base.
Totally. And it gives you a way to stand out from the crowd too, right?
Absolutely. It's all about finding your niche and becoming the go-to expert in that area.
Love it. Okay, so we talked about food services.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another one that's kind of in that same vein of taking care of basic needs. Cleaning services.
Oh, yeah, another classic.
Yeah, because everybody needs a clean space.
Right. Whether it's your home or your office or even events, there's always a need for cleaning.
So this is a business that will always have customers, but are there any new ways that cleaning services are being run or new trends that you're seeing?
Definitely one big one is eco-friendly cleaning.
Oh, interesting.
People are way more aware now of the impact of harsh chemicals on their health and the environment.
Right.
So using natural, non-toxic products and sustainable practices is a big selling point these days.
Yeah, I've even noticed that in my own life.
Yeah.
When I'm looking for a cleaning service, the first thing I look for is if they're eco-friendly.
Right, because it just makes you feel better.
Exactly.
Knowing that you're not introducing a bunch of harsh chemicals into your home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, not only is it good for the planet, it's just better for your own health too.
Absolutely.
Especially if you have kids or pets.
Right.
You don't want those harsh chemicals around them.
Exactly. So it's a win-win for everyone.
It's a win-win-win.
There you go.
So eco-friendly cleaning definitely seems like a trend that's here to stay.
Oh, I think so, for sure.
And what about the convenience factor of cleaning services?
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Everyone's so busy these days. Who wants to spend their free time scrubbing toilets?
Exactly. And that's why subscription models are becoming so popular in the cleaning industry.
Oh, interesting.
Offering weekly or monthly cleaning packages.
Makes sense.
It's a win-win for both the business and the customer.
Yeah, how so?
Well, for the business, it provides a steady stream of recurring revenue.
Okay.
You can count on that income coming in every month.
Right.
And for the customer, it's just super convenient. They don't have to worry about scheduling appointments or finding a new cleaner every time.
So it's like set it and forget it.
Exactly. Just like your bills, you can budget for it and know that your home is going to be taken care of.
That's a great point. And it takes one less thing off your plate.
Right.
Speaking of things that are on everyone's plate, let's talk about digital marketing.
Okay.
This is another evergreen business idea because in today's world, it's pretty much impossible for any business to survive without some kind of online presence.
Right. It's not just a nice to have anymore, it's a necessity.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what are some of the core services that fall under that umbrella of digital marketing?
Well, there's SEO, which stands for search engine optimization.
Right.
That's all about making sure your website shows up high in the search results when people are looking for what you offer.
Got it. So it's about getting found online.
Exactly. And then there's content creation.
Like blog posts and articles and things like that.
Exactly. Creating valuable content that educates and engages your target audience.
Makes sense because people are always looking for information online.
Right. And if you can provide that information in a way that's helpful and engaging, they'll start to see you as a trusted resource.
Right. And that can lead to more customers.
Yeah, exactly.
What about social media? That seems like a big part of digital marketing these days.
Oh, absolutely. Social media is huge.
Okay.
It's a powerful way to connect with your audience, to build relationships and promote your business.
So it's not just about posting random stuff. It's about using it strategically.
Right. You need a plan. You need to understand who your target audience is and what platforms they're using, and you need to create content that resonates with them.
Right. It's about creating a conversation.
Exactly.
Not just shouting into the void.
Right.
So digital marketing is definitely an ever-evolving field.
It is.
But it's definitely here to stay because as long as the internet exists,
Yeah.
businesses are going to need help navigating the digital world.
Absolutely. It's like a constantly changing landscape, but that also makes it exciting. You know, there's always something new to learn and new ways to reach your audience.
Totally. Okay, let's move on to another evergreen business idea.
Okay.
That's all about learning and growing. Tutoring and education.
Oh, yeah. Another great one.
I mean, education is a fundamental human need, right?
Absolutely. It's essential for personal and professional growth.
And it doesn't stop when you graduate from school.
Right. Lifelong learning is becoming more and more important.
Totally. So tutoring and education services are pretty much always going to be in demand.
And what's really exciting is that there are so many different ways to approach it now.
Like what?
Well, you've got traditional tutoring for academic subjects.
Okay.
But then you've also got test prep, like for the SATs or ACTs. And then there's all sorts of niche skills you can teach.
Like what kind of niche skills?
I mean, everything from coding and graphic design to musical instruments and cooking.
So you can really specialize and become an expert in a particular area.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is that you can reach a global audience now.
Oh, yeah. With online platforms and everything.
Right. It's amazing you can connect with students from all over the world.
So tutoring and education is definitely not limited by geography anymore.
Not at all. It's really opened up a whole new world of possibilities for both educators and students.
And there's the potential for passive income, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like with creating online courses or ebooks.
Exactly. You can create your content once and then sell it over and over again.
That's a great way to leverage your knowledge and expertise.
Yeah, and reach a wider audience.
Okay, let's shift gears now and talk about something a little more tangible.
All right.
Real estate.
Ah, classic investment.
Right, real estate has always been seen as a solid investment, but the market is always changing.
It is.
So what are some things that entrepreneurs need to consider if they're thinking about getting into real estate?
Well, technology is having a huge impact on the industry.
Okay.
You know, online platforms and virtual tours are changing the way properties are bought and sold.
That's a good point, because you don't even have to physically be there to see a property anymore.
Right, and it's making it easier for people to invest in real estate from anywhere in the world.
Oh.
But it's also important to really understand the local market dynamics.
Right, because real estate is all about location, location, location.
Exactly. You need to know what's happening in your specific area. The trends, the prices, the demand.
And what about the rise of short-term rentals?
Oh, yeah. Platforms like Airbnb have definitely shaken things up. They've created a whole new avenue for real estate investors.
Right, because you don't have to commit to long-term tenants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can generate income more quickly and have more flexibility.
But there are also some legal and regulatory things to consider.
Oh, absolutely. You need to make sure you're following the rules in your area.
Right, because those can vary widely from place to place.
Exactly. So it's important to do your research and make sure you're compliant.
Okay, let's move on to a business idea that's all about feeling good.
All right.
Fitness and wellness.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Huge. With so much emphasis on health and well-being these days, the fitness and wellness industry just keeps growing. What are some of the trends that you're seeing in this space?
Well, one of the most exciting things is the integration of technology.
Oh, yeah.
We've got wearable fitness trackers, online fitness platforms, personalized workout apps.
Right.
It's like having a personal trainer and a nutritionist right in your pocket.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it makes fitness more accessible and convenient.
Exactly. You can work out from anywhere, anytime.
And what about the shift toward more holistic wellness approaches?
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, too.
Okay.
It's not just about physical fitness anymore. It's about mental and emotional well-being as well.
Right.
So things like yoga, meditation, mindfulness practices, even nutrition coaching,
Right.
all of those are becoming increasingly popular.
It's about taking care of the whole person,
Exactly.
not just one aspect of your health.
Yeah,
I love that approach.
I do.
And it seems like online fitness coaching is really taking off too.
It is.
What are some of the advantages of that?
Well, for entrepreneurs, it's a great way to reach a global audience. You're not limited by geography, and you can offer personalized guidance without the need for a physical location.
Right.
So it's a really scalable business model.
And for the clients, it's more affordable and convenient.
Exactly. And they can get support and accountability from anywhere in the world.
That's amazing. Okay, let's talk about another essential service.
Okay.
Childcare.
Ah, yes. Another one that's always going to be in demand.
As long as people keep having babies,
Exactly.
childcare is a necessity.
It is.
But how are childcare providers kind of innovating and staying ahead of the curve these days?
Well, one big trend is the focus on specialized care.
Okay.
Parents are looking for more than just basic babysitting.
Right, they want their kids to be learning and growing.
Exactly. They want enrichment programs, extracurricular activities, specialized learning experiences.
So it's about creating a more holistic approach to childcare. What are some examples of those specialized programs?
Well, you've got things like STEM activities, bilingual programs, arts and crafts.
So there's something for every interest.
Right, and it allows childcare providers to create a niche and attract a specific type of client.
And of course, building trust with parents is essential in this industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Parents need to know that their kids are safe and well cared for.
Right. It's all about creating a nurturing and stimulating environment.
Totally. Okay, let's move from taking care of little humans to taking care of our furry friends,
All right.
pet services.
Yeah, this is a booming market.
It is. People are treating their pets like family members now more than ever.
They are?
So what are some of the most popular pet services out there?
Well, you've got the basics like dog walking, grooming, and boarding.
Right.
But then you've also got more specialized services like pet sitting, pet taxi services, even pet massage.
Pet massage.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Wow, people are really pampering their pets these days.
They are. And why not? Pets bring so much joy to our lives.
That's true. And there are some really niche pet services popping up too.
Oh, yeah.
Like organic pet food bakeries.
Pet clothing boutiques with designer outfits.
Right.
Even pet photography studios.
It's amazing.
It's a whole world of pet pampering.
It is.
Clearly, there's a lot of love and entrepreneurial spirit going into taking care of our furry friends.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move from pampering our pets to taking care of our homes.
Okay.
Home repair and renovation services.
Another one that's always in demand.
Yeah, because things break.
Right. And people always want to improve their homes.
Exactly. So what are some of the most in-demand home repair skills?
Well, you've got the classics like plumbing, electrical work, carpentry.
Okay.
Those are always going to be needed.
Right. Those are the essentials.
But then you've also got more specialized skills like tile setting, painting, drywall repair.
And what about renovation services?
Oh, yeah. Those are big, too.
Right.
Especially for things like kitchens, bathrooms, landscaping.
Right, because those are the areas that can really add value to a home.
Exactly. And they tend to be bigger projects, so there's more potential for profit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What are some ways that home repair and renovation businesses can really stand out from the competition?
Well, offering emergency repair services is a great way to attract customers.
Oh?
People are always willing to pay a premium for someone who can come out and fix a problem right away.
Especially if it's something like a burst pipe or a power outage.
Exactly. Those are the kind of situations where people need help fast.
And what about warranties?
Oh, yeah. Offering warranties on your work can give customers peace of mind.
Okay.
It shows that you stand behind your work and that you're confident in your skills.
Right. It builds trust.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to an industry that's all about making us look and feel our best. Beauty and personal care.
Oh, yeah. This is a classic.
Yeah, beauty businesses have been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Because people always want to look and feel their best.
Right. It's a fundamental human desire.
So what are some of the beauty services that are always in high demand?
Well, you've got the staples like hairstyling, makeup, skincare. But then you've also got more specialized services like nail care, waxing eyelash extensions.
And what about wellness spas?
Oh yeah, those are becoming increasingly popular. People are really focusing on self-care these days.
Right. It's not just about vanity anymore. It's about feeling good both inside and out.
Exactly.
So the beauty and personal care industry is constantly evolving.
It is.
But the core need is always going to be there.
Right. The desire to look and feel our best is timeless.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about another industry that's constantly evolving.
Okay.
E-commerce.
The world of online shopping.
Exactly. E-commerce has completely revolutionized the way we buy things.
It has.
And it's only getting bigger.
Right.
So what are some different ways that entrepreneurs can get involved in e-commerce?
Well, there's so many possibilities.
Okay.
You can sell your own products online, whether they're handmade or manufactured. You can do drop shipping.
Drop shipping.
Yeah, that's where you sell products from other suppliers without actually holding any inventory yourself.
Oh, interesting. So you're basically the middleman.
Exactly. You handle the marketing and customer service, and the supplier handles the fulfillment.
Makes sense.
And then there's print on demand.
Print on demand.
Yeah, that's where you design and sell custom products.
Like t-shirts and mugs and things like that.
Exactly. The products are only printed when an order is placed.
So you don't have to worry about having a bunch of inventory sitting around.
Right. It's a really low-risk way to get started in e-commerce.
That's cool. So there are a lot of different ways to approach e-commerce.
Yeah, it's a really versatile business model.
And there are so many platforms available to help entrepreneurs get started.
Oh yeah, you've got platforms like Etsy, Shopify, Amazon.
Right.
That make it super easy to set up your online store and start selling.
So e-commerce is definitely a great option for entrepreneurs who are looking for a scalable and flexible business model.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to an industry that's all about keeping our digital lives running smoothly. IT support and tech services.
Oh yeah, another one that's in high demand.
It is. I mean, let's face it, technology can be a bit of a headache sometimes.
Right. It's inevitable that things are going to go wrong.
Totally. So there's always a need for people who can help us fix those problems.
Exactly. And not just fix problems, but also help us prevent them in the first place.
So what are some of the specific IT support and tech services that are in demand?
Well, you've got things like computer repair network, setup, data recovery, cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity, that's a big one these days.
It is, with all the data breaches and cyber attacks happening.
Right.
Businesses and individuals need to be more vigilant than ever about protecting their data.
Makes sense. So what are some of the advantages of offering IT support and tech services?
Well, it's a really scalable business.
Okay.
You can start small and gradually grow your team as your client base expands.
Right. And you can offer your services remotely.
Exactly. You don't need a brick and mortar location.
So it's a good option for entrepreneurs who are looking for work-life balance.
Definitely. You can work from anywhere in the world.
That's awesome. Okay, let's move on to a business idea that's focused on serving an aging population.
Okay.
Senior care services.
Oh, yeah. This is a growing market.
It is, with people living longer and healthier lives. The demand for senior care services is only going to increase.
Right.
So what are some of the services that fall under this umbrella?
Well, you've got in-home care,
Okay.
which can include things like personal care, meal preparation, medication reminders.
Right.
You've got transportation services to help seniors get to appointments and social events.
Okay.
And then you've got companionship services.
Right, because a lot of seniors experience loneliness and isolation.
Exactly. So providing companionship and social interaction can really improve their quality of life.
That's a good point. So senior care services are all about helping seniors maintain their independence and dignity.
Absolutely. It's about empowering them to live their best lives.
Love it.
Okay.
Let's move from taking care of our physical well-being to managing our financial well-being.
All right.
Financial consulting.
Oh, yeah. This is another one that's always in demand.
Because money management is something that a lot of people struggle with.
It is.
So financial consultants can really provide a valuable service. What are some of the areas that financial consultants can help with?
Well, they can help with budgeting and debt management.
Okay.
Investment planning, retirement planning.
Right.
They can also provide guidance on things like taxes and insurance.
So they're like a one-stop shop for all your financial needs.
Exactly. They can help you create a comprehensive financial plan that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance.
And that can give people peace of mind.
Absolutely, because it takes the guesswork out of managing your finances.
Right. It's like having a financial expert in your corner.
Exactly.
Okay, let's wrap up our exploration of evergreen business ideas with one that's all about celebrating life's special moments.
All right.
Event planning.
Oh, yeah. This is a fun one.
It is. People are always going to have reasons to celebrate.
Right. Whether it's a wedding, a birthday, a corporate event, a community festival, there's always a need for someone to plan and execute those events.
Exactly. So what are some of the key skills that event planners need to have?
Well, they need to be super organized.
Okay.
Detail-oriented and able to manage multiple moving parts.
Right, because there are a lot of details to keep track of when you're planning an event.
Exactly. And they need to be good communicators, able to work effectively with clients, vendors, and staff.
So it's a lot of juggling and coordinating.
It is, but it's also really rewarding.
Yeah.
You know, you get to help people create memories that will last a lifetime.
That's a great point. And with social media being so important these days,
Yeah.
event planners need to be savvy marketers as well.
Absolutely. They need to be able to promote events effectively on social media platforms.
Right, and capture stunning visuals that will attract attendees.
Exactly.
So event planning is definitely a multifaceted profession.
It is.
But it's one that's always going to be in demand.
Right, because people are always going to want to celebrate.
Exactly. So there you have it, our deep dive into 15 evergreen business ideas. We've covered a lot of ground, but this is just the beginning.
Right.
In part 2, we're going to dig even deeper into these ideas and talk about some practical strategies for turning them into successful businesses.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Stay tuned for part 2.
All right.
All right, so in part 1, we went through 15 evergreen business ideas. You know, things that are always going to be in demand.
Yeah.
But just having a great idea isn't enough.
No, it's not.
You need to know how to turn that idea into a successful business.
Exactly. You need a plan.
Yeah. So where do we even begin?
Well, before you get too caught up in the details, you really need to have a solid understanding of your target market.
Okay, so who are you trying to reach with your business?
Exactly. Who are your ideal customers?
Okay.
What are their needs, their wants, their pain points?
Right, because you're essentially creating a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
So you need to know who has that problem.
Exactly. And the better you understand your target market, the better equipped you'll be to create a product or service that they'll actually want to buy.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So how do you go about understanding your target market?
Well, market research is your best friend.
Oh.
There are a lot of different tools and techniques you can use.
Like what?
Well, you can conduct surveys.
Okay.
You can do focus groups. You can even just observe and listen to what people are saying online.
So like social media and forums and things like that.
Exactly.
So it's about gathering as much information as you can about your potential customers.
Right. Want to get into their heads, understand what makes them tick, what motivates them.
Okay, so once you have a good understanding of your target market, what's next?
Then it's time to start putting together your business plan.
Ah, yes. The dreaded business plan.
I know it can seem daunting, but it's really essential.
Why is that?
Well, it forces you to think through all the aspects of your business, from your products or services to your marketing and sales strategies to your financial projections.
So it's like a roadmap for your business.
Exactly. It helps you stay on track and make informed decisions.
Makes sense. So what are some key elements that a business plan should include?
Well, first, you need a compelling executive summary.
Okay.
This is a brief overview of your business and your goals.
So like an elevator pitch.
Exactly. Then you'll need a detailed description of your products or services, your target market analysis, which we already talked about, your competitive landscape.
Okay, so who are your competitors and what are their strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, you need to know what you're up against.
And then your marketing and sales strategies.
Right, how are you going to reach your target market and convince them to buy from you?
And of course, the numbers.
Yes, your financial projections.
How much money do you expect to make and how much are you going to spend?
Exactly. Investors are going to want to see that you've thought this through.
Okay, so it's important to be realistic with your financial projections.
Yeah, don't overestimate your earnings or underestimate your costs.
Good advice.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got your target market figured out. You've got your business plan in place.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, now it's time to start thinking about your brand identity.
Okay, so like what makes your business unique?
Exactly. What's your story? What are your values?
What do you stand for?
Right. And how are you going to communicate all of that to your customers?
So it's about creating a brand that people will connect with.
Yeah. You want to be memorable. You want to stand out from the crowd.
Okay, so where do you start with creating a brand identity?
Well, you need to start by defining your core values.
Okay.
What do you believe in? What's important to you?
And then your unique selling proposition.
Right. What makes it different from your competitors?
What problem are you solving that no one else is?
Exactly. Once you have a clear understanding of your brand essence, you can start developing your visual identity.
Like your logo and your colors and stuff.
Yeah, and your tagline, your font, your overall aesthetic.
And it's important to be consistent with your brand across all platforms.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's your website, your social media, your packaging, you want to create a cohesive brand experience.
Right. You want people to instantly recognize your brand.
Okay, so we've got our brand identity figured out. Now, how do we get the word out about our amazing business?
That's where marketing comes in.
Marketing.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of people get stuck.
I know, it can be overwhelming.
There are so many different marketing channels and strategies.
Right, it's hard to know where to start.
So what's your advice for entrepreneurs who are trying to figure out their marketing plan?
Well, first you need to know who your target audience is.
Again, back to the target market.
Exactly, because different audiences respond to different marketing messages.
Right.
So you need to tailor your marketing efforts to the specific people you're trying to reach.
Makes sense. And then you need to figure out where your target audience hangs out.
Yeah. Are they on social media? Are they reading blogs? Are they watching videos?
Right. So you need to meet them where they are.
Exactly.
And then you need to create content that they'll actually want to consume.
Yeah, it needs to be engaging, informative, and relevant to their interests.
Okay, so no more boring marketing materials.
No more boring anything.
Love it, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Right. Try different things, see what works and what doesn't.
And track your results.
Yeah, that's important. So you can see what's giving you the best return on your investment.
Okay, so marketing is all about testing and refining and adapting.
Exactly. It's an ongoing process.
All right, let's move on to another crucial aspect of running a successful business.
Okay.
Customer service.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one.
Huge. I mean, customer service can make or break a business.
They really can.
So what are some tips for providing exceptional customer service?
Well, first and foremost, you need to hire the right people.
Okay.
People who are passionate about your brand and genuinely care about helping customers.
So people who are friendly and helpful and empathetic.
Exactly.
But it's not just about personality, right?
No, you also need to empower your employees to make decisions and resolve issues quickly and efficiently.
Right. Give them the tools and the authority to make things right.
Exactly, because nobody likes to be passed around from person to person.
Or put on hold forever.
Right.
So it's about making the customer experience as smooth and seamless as possible.
Yeah, and don't underestimate the power of personalization.
Okay.
Addressing customers by name, remembering their preferences, going the extra mile to make them feel valued.
So it's about making it a human experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just a transactional one.
Right. You want to build relationships with your customers.
Because loyal customers are the best customers.
Absolutely. They're the ones who will keep coming back and tell their friends about you.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this part. We've talked about understanding your target market, creating a business plan, building a brand, marketing, and customer service.
Right.
What other words of wisdom do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Well, one of the most important things is to be adaptable.
No.
The business landscape is constantly changing, so you need to be able to pivot and adjust your strategies as needed.
So don't be afraid to change course if something's not working.
Exactly. And embrace new technologies.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things.
And don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, failure is a part of the process.
It's a learning opportunity.
Exactly.
So view it as a chance to grow and improve.
Right.
And one last piece of advice.
Okay.
Surround yourself with a supportive community.
Oh, yeah, that's so important.
Mentors, advisors, other entrepreneurs.
People who can offer guidance and encouragement.
And celebrate your successes.
Absolutely, because entrepreneurship can be a lonely journey.
So it's important to have people you can lean on.
Right, people who understand what you're going through.
All right, so we've laid the foundation for entrepreneurial success. But there's one more crucial piece of the puzzle.
What's that?
Finances.
Oh, yeah.
In part 3, we're going to dive into the world of financial management.
Okay.
We'll talk about funding options, budgeting strategies, and how to ensure the long-term financial stability of your business.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned for part 3. Welcome back to our deep dive, everyone. We've gone through so much in parts 1 and 2.
Yeah, we really have.
We talked about all kinds of evergreen business ideas.
Right, all those fundamentals.
But now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty.
The numbers.
Yeah, finances. For a lot of people, this is the scariest part of starting a business.
I know, it can be daunting.
Yeah. but it's so important.
Oh, absolutely. You can have the greatest idea in the world, but if you don't have a handle on your finances, your business is not going to last very long.
Right. So where do we even start? What are some like basic financial management tips for new business owners?
Well, the first thing I always tell people is separate your personal and business finances.
Okay.
Like right from the start.
So open separate bank accounts.
Yeah. Get a separate credit card for your business.
Makes sense.
It just makes everything so much easier to track. And it's essential for tax purposes, too.
Right, because nobody wants to mess with the IRS.
Nobody wants to mess with the IRS.
So speaking of taxes,
Yeah.
that's an area where a lot of entrepreneurs get tripped up,
I know, it can be confusing.
especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
So what's your advice for navigating the tax landscape?
Well, honestly, my best advice is don't try to do it yourself.
Okay.
Hire a tax professional,
Makes sense.
someone who understands the specific regulations for your industry and your business structure.
Right, because those things can vary a lot.
Yeah. And a good tax professional can help you take advantage of all the deductions and credits that you're eligible for.
Okay, so it's an investment that can save you money in the long run.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got separate accounts. We've got a tax expert on board.
Yeah.
What about budgeting?
Oh, budgeting is crucial.
Okay, why is that?
Well, then it helps you track your income and expenses.
Right.
Make informed financial decisions and stay on top of your cash flow.
Okay, so how do you create a budget? Is there like a specific method that you recommend?
Well, there are a lot of different budgeting methods out there,
Okay,
but one that I like is the 50-30-20 rule.
50, 30, 20.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
50% of your income goes to your needs.
Like your essential expenses?
Exactly. Your rent, your utilities, your groceries.
Okay.
30% goes to your wants.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, dining out, entertainment, travel.
Okay.
And then 20% goes to savings and debt repayment.
So paying off credit cards,
Yeah.
student loans, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty good framework.
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
You can always adjust the percentages to fit your own needs and priorities.
Right, so find what works for you.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about funding,
Okay.
because a lot of entrepreneurs need capital to get their businesses off the ground.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
So what are some of the funding options available to entrepreneurs?
Well, one option is bootstrapping.
Bootstrapping.
Yeah, that's where you fund your business using your own personal savings,
Okay.
or maybe loans from family and friends.
Right, so you're not taking on any outside investment.
Exactly.
What are some of the advantages of bootstrapping?
You have complete control over your business.
Okay.
You don't have to answer to any investors.
Right.
And you get to keep all the profits.
But there's also more risk involved.
Yeah, you're putting your own money on the line.
Right.
And it can be difficult to scale your business quickly if you're relying solely on your own resources.
Makes sense. So what are some other funding options?
Well, you could seek investment from angel investors or venture capitalists.
Okay, those are the people with the deep pockets.
Yeah, they typically invest in high-growth businesses
Okay.
with the potential to scale rapidly.
So they're looking for a big return on their investment.
Exactly.
What about traditional bank loans?
Those are definitely an option,
Okay.
but you usually need a solid business plan
Right.
and a good credit history.
And some collateral.
Yeah, they're going to want to see that you're a good risk.
And there are also government-backed loans.
Right. The Small Business Administration offers a variety of loan programs
Okay.
to help small businesses get started and grow.
So there are a lot of different funding options out there?
Yeah, it's just a matter of finding the right one for your business.
Right. Do your research.
Yeah, talk to other entrepreneurs.
Get advice from experts.
Exactly.
All right, so you've secured funding. You're up and running.
Yeah.
You're generating revenue.
Hopefully.
How do you ensure the long-term financial stability of your business?
Well, one of the most important things is to build a loyal customer base.
Okay.
Happy customers are repeat customers.
Right.
And they're also more likely to refer their friends and family.
Word-of-mouth marketing is the best kind of marketing.
Absolutely. It's free and it's effective.
So how do you build customer loyalty?
Well, it's all about providing exceptional customer service,
Okay.
going above and beyond to meet their needs.
Right. Make them feel valued.
Exactly. And make sure you're delivering a high-quality product or service.
Consistently.
Yeah, people are willing to pay for quality.
And it's also a good idea to diversify your revenue streams.
Right. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Okay, so offer a variety of products or services.
Yeah. Or explore different markets.
So if one area of your business slows down, you've got other areas to fall back on.
Exactly. It helps mitigate your risk.
And don't forget about your team.
Yeah, your employees are your biggest asset.
Invest in them.
Treat them well.
Create a positive work environment.
Yeah, because happy employees lead to happy customers.
Which leads to a successful business.
Exactly. It's all connected.
All right. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners who are on their entrepreneurial journey?
Well, I would just say embrace continuous learning.
Okay.
You know, the business world is constantly changing.
Right.
So stay curious, stay informed.
Read books.
Yeah. Attend workshop.
Network with other entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Right. Find mentors.
Yeah. Find advisors.
People who've been there and done that.
Exactly.
All right. This has been an amazing deep dive into evergreen business ideas.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed it.
Me too. We've covered so much ground.
We have.
From identifying promising opportunities to developing solid strategies
Yeah.
to mastering the financial side of things.
Right.
Hopefully our listeners feel empowered to take their entrepreneurial dreams to the next level.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So remember, if you're thinking about starting a business, choose an idea that resonates with you.
Yeah, something you're passionate about.
Do your research,
Create a plan,
build a great team.
and don't be afraid to take risks.
That's right. The rewards can be incredible.
They can be.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And until next time, keep those entrepreneurial spirits high.